Don't miss the point, you all. Don't think that somehow, because they called out the National Guard, there was violence. There was no violence. I was on the street. I know. He started this. There should be no violence. He should not continue to support violence. They should not be edged on and, provoked in any way, and that's what the President of the United States is doing, to exert his power and to show that he's in charge and to show that he's going to get the numbers that he promised to get people deported. And
Maxine has to go.
Yeah, they need a term limit for some congressmen and women.
Like, she is one of the ones.
I think there is one.
No, it's not.
That has to go. Like, she's on the level of the guy that freezes every time. What's his name?
Mitch McConnell?
Yes.
Mitch, they got rid of Mitch.
She's on that level.
I don't think Maxine.
She's top five.
She's not boo-booing on herself and pausing and freezing.
I've seen
she moving better than Nancy.
Man, I've seen some ugly photos of her. I was like, ugh.
She's moving better than Nancy Pelosi.
Every time I see her,
Nancy fell and broke herself walking up the stairs.
She on that level.
No, come on, man.
Putting our people, our officers, and even our National Guard at risk. And the president, he did it on purpose. As the news spread throughout LA, anxiety for family and friends ramped up. Protests started again. By night, several dozen lawbreakers became violent and destructive. They vandalized property. They tried to assault police officers. Many of you have seen the video clips of cars burning on cable news, and was concentrated in just a few square blocks downtown. But that's not what Donald Trump wanted. He again chose escalation. He chose more force. He chose theatrics over public safety. He federalized another 2,000 Guard members. He deployed more than 700 active U.S. Marines. These are the men and women trained for foreign combat, not domestic law enforcement. We honor their service. We honor their bravery. But we do not want our streets militarized by our own armed forces. Not in LA, not in California, not anywhere. Trump and his loyalists, they thrive on division because it allows them to take more power and exert even more control. And by the way, Trump, he's not opposed to lawlessness and violence as long as it serves him. What more evidence do we need than January 6th? Look, this isn't just about protests in Los Angeles. When Donald Trump sought blanket authority to commandeer the National Guard, he made that order apply to every state in this nation. This is about all of us. This is about you. California may be first, but it clearly will not end here. Other states are next. Democracy is next. Democracy is under assault before our eyes. This moment we have feared has arrived.
As Governor Newsom spoke, protests spread across our country from New York City to Denver to Milwaukee. At least 25 rallies took place in major cities. More protests are taking place today ahead of large crowds expected to come out on Saturday when Donald Trump is holding a military parade in Washington, D.C.
The ritual continues of the Democrat Party.
Saying that Trump is the cause. Violence. He's with violence.
So
who believes this shit?
What about the people that looted them stores? Burning cars is not.
Let's just think about this. You can put the analogy in your home or in your neighborhood. Doesn't matter. So if violent people come to your home, violent people come to your neighborhood, burning stuff. I don't know. They're just violent.
Stuff.
So if
breaking stuff,
the people that
causing a ruckus,
possibly protect you, come there. Would you feel more protected and at peace? The people that actually can help you come there, that's less peaceful somehow in their eyes.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Like how the people that can actually help you in a violent situation?
Like whose job is it to resolve violence?
So do you think that the cars were being burnt while the National Guard was there? Hell no. So I mean, this is a ritual, guys, because nobody believes this shit.
They're getting resources. We need resources.
This shit is crazy, guys. It's like, man, well, can these people take accountability for once? Just one time.
You know what's crazy to me? That they really have bricks already outside ready to be thrown. Or you seen a dude that was breaking on the sidewalk?
They said they were shipping bricks there. Some people said that that's what happened.
It might be a conspiracy theory. I don't know.
And even those who were out of step with what we are advocating, peaceful protest, did not create any violence. Nobody was shot. Nobody was killed. Get it in your head.
This is not
and so
violence. I don't know what it
when
is.
martial law is called, what are you going to say? I missed the point. Don't miss the point, you all. Don't think that somehow, because they called out the National Guard, there was violence. There was no violence. I was on the street. I know. And I went from downtown detention back out into the community, talking to people what happened in Paramount, what happened in Compton, what happened in Inglewood. So, first of all, get it straight. And don't just rely on what you're being told or the few incidents that you saw.
It's multiple different groups out there for their own causes. That's what I can say.
But
for
you know,
sure.
how dare a man say it's good and bad people out there? Donald Trump said it, and he got condemned for saying it.
Yeah,
it was good and bad people there.
And we can say that about these.
Yeah, you can say the
we
same thing.
We can say that, but you're not supposed to say that apparently.
It's either, well, you know, it's either it is.
Depends on what
it was good and the bad.
It depends on what the cause is. Because when the other people were doing it for their cause, it was wrong. But now, now
there's a lot of noise surrounding this story. I think it's a pretty simple story. The fact remains that this thing was spiraling into chaos before Trump sent in the National Guard, and now it has stabilized. Is there any other way of viewing this, Sheriff?
No, there isn't. We've been lied to from the very beginning. The politicians, California politicians, the mayor of Los Angeles, our governor, have completely failed in that nothing was happening in the beginning.
Gavin.
It was allowed to spiral out of control, and then they have created this narrative that completely defies facts and a timeline that we know happened. And this is, they keep calling it a peaceful protest, mostly peaceful, whatever they want to call it. But the reality is that law enforcement officers are being attacked, property is being destroyed, and it is out of control violence that really they're trying to deny for political gain.
That's literally what they're doing. This is the sheriff saying this, guys.
Wow. It's honestly sad.
It is.
They really do use the illegal immigrants as political pawns and then turn around and say that the right is doing that. When they let them in purposely so that when you had to deport them, it looked bad, so that they could get their votes, so that they could use them for political power.
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, look at the right. Look at what they're doing. They're deporting illegals. They're so wrong.
They're taking our power away, pretty much.
They do that to black people, Hispanic people. It seems like we the only two
that
groups
is their typical playbook.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't really see it until I guess you've seen it. And then once you've seen it, you can't unsee it.
Can't do that to the Asians. Can't do that to the Asians. They too damn smart.
Literally. So they didn't
Let's just do it to the blacks and Hispanic. Buddha on the stage.
Damn.
It's amazing to me. First of all, this guy's the governor of a state, and it is got one of its most important cities burning on his watch, and he's out here launching a presidential campaign. I mean, there's no other way to listen to what happened. He governs a failed state. He sits atop of a failed state. It's not particularly controversial for Donald Trump to enforce federal law, our immigration laws, and yet to Democrats and to Gavin Newsom, it's an affront to them. All that's happening in California is that a bunch of foreign nationals have occupied large swaths of the United States. One city is burning, and the president of the United States is trying to bring order. That's all that's
Simple
happening.
as that.
And we get this litany of complaints from Gavin Newsom about everything but how much the Democrats in California have failed. I don't think it's going to resonate with the American people. I think it's going to look opportunistic, and people are going to wonder, why in the world is the governor of California complaining about Harvard when one of his cities is on fire?
Man, I swear to God, if I ever see Scott's name on the ballot, it's gonna be hard for me
Scott's
not to
good,
check
bro.
that.
Yeah. Scott is good.
I don't care who name on the ballot.
We should get Scott on the channel.
I think they just want their city to be fully destroyed at this point, man.
They're quick to burn it down.
People property.
Are they trying to just
devalue?
it?
Are they trying to? Because is it too high that they're trying to?
They're not using logic, bro. It's strictly emotion.
The rich people are for this bullshit over there. Hollywood people are for the bullshit. And it's like y'all live like a couple hours away from the bullshit. So is it like y'all trying to build back up over there? Because I don't know what the hell they trying to do, man. But
that's why I'm curious.
The insurance companies left, you know.
Did the insurance company even come back?
Something's fishy going on.
Do they even
then
got
my
water?
boy Gavin came out and said, yeah, the land for sale for sure.
I'm very proud to stand here with the mayors, the leadership of so many cities, but you should take note that the individuals that are here with me today are all leaders in their area, and we all stand in support and solidarity and call for the raids to end.
These are just leaders in California?
Well, we ain't seen the whole stage.
Hold on, bro. Now, she said everybody that's standing up here with me, bro.
Individuals that are here with me today are all leaders in their area, and we all stand in support and solidarity and call.
It could be anything. It could be a NGO. It could be.
I don't give a damn what it is. That's the problem.
You thinking about main leaderships? They said leaders in their communities.
These are 20 mayors, local leaders across Southern California, brother.
These mayors.
This is a problem.
That's all. Hold on,
man,
I need to see the left side.
She tweeted it.
More than 20 mayors and local leaders.
Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that.
See why Kanye tweet.
Kim Kardashian, man. This is the problem. She's out there, but she ain't by the madness. I guarantee you that.
Oh, she in the mountains, boy.
We should have learned the lesson back in 2020. Absolutely, there was righteous outrage over what happened to George Floyd, but that never means that you can support or be quiet if there's destruction or rioting and destroying and looting and those kinds of things.
If Senator Fetterman or anybody else is concerned with law and order, we should be looking at one of the most law-breaking agencies and administrations that we've seen in the United States.
These people are kids, bro.
It's
literally kids. Like, okay, they did something we didn't like, so we're gonna point the finger at that every time. We're never gonna point the finger back at what we did.
No accountability.
They can't because they're kind of the cause to this. If you really technically think about it, so if they agree to it, wouldn't that destroy their credibility?
Yeah, it would.
They can't agree to it. It destroys their credibility. I'm sorry.
But they know they want it. That's why it's kind of like the January 6th thing, how they had the inside agents to kind of cause that. They want this because it'll make Trump look bad, but they can't come out and say that they want it, so they just don't denounce it.
I mean, but it's not going to make Trump look bad. Because
it's like, look at what Trump, like people, they're saying that. Look at what Trump has done. He fanned the flames by sending the National Guard and the Marines. He's so divisive. That's what Gavin said. That's what they're saying.
Hey, look, this is the last thing I'm going to say. Literally all Trump tried to do in this situation was help. If you can't see that this was literal help, then hey,
I don't know what
I don't think you have a brain at this point, actually, like, because this is purely help. It was destruction. He brought the people there because it could have been destruction. We don't even know the people that were doing the destruction. Are they people of this country?
Yeah.
Some of them people were illegals. They could have did something crazier than what really happened. Yeah, so let's get some people there to protect the people in this land that are documented citizens. So, man, these people are insane, guys. I don't know, man. This something new, man. I think it's actually a Democrat ritual, guys. They keep losing.
You said a ritual?
It's a ritual, bro.
No, it's a technique.
Like I think like a ritual,
to
like
pull on people's emotions.
You know how you got to do a ritual because to get in Hollywood or something like that. This is a ritual.
This is kind of like pre BLM, like this finna happen again.
It's political technique, bro.
It's
playing dirty.
Yeah, they did BLM for political reasons. So like, I don't think this is gonna get as big though.
But it probably would because
it's getting close, but it's not there yet.
When did BLM actually start? It was before the George Floyd.
BLM was bad.
They probably been protesting, and then that just gave them the headline they needed.
So you think they finna protest about this for 10 days hard?
I feel like they're waiting for that.
Like it's gonna stop anytime soon.
I think they're waiting for that perfect story.
But think about this. In BLM, they were rioting in Lafayette, Louisiana. They're not gonna do that, right?
They didn't riot in Lafayette.
But they were protesting.
There's a protest in Louisiana. We saw it.
They was peacefully.
Were you not here? We saw the map.
No, I was. But
Lafayette was on there.
Okay, I'm just saying. Do you think it's gonna be as big as that?
No, because it's not a black issue. It's a Mexican issue.
That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna
but in cities that are predominantly Mexican, like this Houston one, could get out of hand. Not like these though, because it's Texas.
Yeah, it's Texas.
But it's still gonna get a little wild.
Let us know what y'all think in the comments, though, guys. We're out of here.